Welcome back to Third Take, and you see the title, and I'm sticking by it. Caleb Williams is not a generational talent. He isn't even quarterback one in this class. Drake May is. We could do a whole nother video about that, but let's jump into Caleb Williams. Now, I'm going to go both sides here. I'm going to go the way he plays, his film, I'll go over it, and then I'm going to go over, I think the mainly criticized thing about him is him as a person, his mental makeup. Now, I have no clue what Caleb Williams' brain looks like. I don't know how he thinks. I don't know how he's like. But I have reports, and they've never declined them. Now, the one report I'm not leaving in here, I'm not going to address in my main makeup here, is the part that he wants part ownership of a team, and the one where he says, I want the Bears to trade the pick or whatever, because I think the Bears trading the pick one was fake or something like that, but it might just be a play to get out of the first pick, whatever. Quarterbacks have done it before. Now, the own the team thing could be complete bullshit, but his team never denied it. So, take it with a grain of salt, but he asked for part ownership, and they saw it hitting his draft stock. It got released after that tough Notre Dame loss. You would figure, like, let's nip that in the bud right now. They never did. They never denied it, so there could be some truth there. Usually where there's smoke, there's fire. But now, let's go to the bowl game. When Caleb Williams sat out of the bowl game, not shitting on for that, a lot of quarterbacks do it. It's fair. I don't hate on that. It's what happened with his teammates during the bowl game. Multiple teammates were, unquote, saying, we a team now, after Caleb Williams sat out.
Hey, we a team now! Hey, we a team now!
That does not look good. USC swears that he's a good leader, yet you have your teammates saying, we a team now, when you're sitting out of the game. When their quarterback, I forget what his name is, sorry, white quarterback, comes into the game, we a team now? He declined to talk to the media after a bad loss. Just can't do that. That shows that he's mentally weak, in my opinion. He can't take criticism from the media. That's just what it shows me. Now, let's get to the big one. Crying to his mom in the stands. Listen, I think that shows that he's mentally weak, 100%. There are some people that say it shows passion. Okay, two sides of that. I think he's mentally weak. Crying to mom in the stands. I don't care. Go cry in a post-game interview. I don't really care. Running over right after the game ends, not being with your team, climbing into the stands to go cry to mommy with your blankie in his hand, just screams that he's not ready for the NFL, that he's mentally weak. He's mentally just not ready for the NFL. Now, you can go on the other side saying he's dedicated. Okay, he's still not a good human being, and he's still a complete hypocrite. Remember after Max Duggan lost, and they thought everything was done, it's over? Remember that? Caleb Williams tweeted out, making fun of Max Duggan for crying after he lost the game. So he's a hypocrite, and he just doesn't sound like a good person. He just sounds like an asshole. I think Caleb Williams is an asshole. I think he's a douche. But yeah, making fun of Max Duggan for crying after a loss at a post-game press conference, and then going to crying to your mom in the stands less than a year later. Just not a good look, Caleb. Let's move to the next part. Now, scouts say when they went to a game that he was noticeably alone during the pregame. Now, what does that mean? He was alone. He warmed up by himself. He didn't interact with his teammates, and he didn't lead anything. He sat on the bench by himself. Now, a lot of people could answer those, oh, he was locked in or whatever. Although I don't think that. You're the quarterback of once thought to be a top 6 team in college football, and you're not leading anything. You're not interacting with your teammates. You're warming up by yourself. Just screams that he doesn't have any friends on the team, no one he made a connection with. It just screams that no one on the team likes him, and that he thinks he's bigger than the team. Now, if you want to just deny all of that, go in blindly and say, he was just dialed in. He didn't want any distractions. Okay. He wasn't a part of the team huddle. He wasn't a part of the pregame team huddle. That is, as a quarterback, unacceptable. To be not being part of a team huddle at the start of a game, you're not there. Are you fucking kidding me? If that's an ego thing, he's the most egotistical quarterback I've ever scouted. You cannot defend not being in the pregame huddle as the star quarterback for your team. It's just undefendable. I'm sorry. That just shows that no one on the team likes him. He's not a leader. Does not scream generational prospect. And if you want to bring anything up, the game in question was Arizona, so you can go look it up. Now, let's get through the actual player portion of this video. Listen, Caleb's potential is through the roof. I'm not going to deny that. But he isn't generational. He's far from generational. I'm not saying, preface this, I'm not saying he's Anthony Richardson. He's not. He's a better passer than Anthony Richardson. But he's closer to Anthony Richardson than he is to a generational talent. That's all I'm going to say. Him and Anthony Richardson, very far apart. But he's closer to Anthony Richardson than he is to a generational talent. Now let's get to some numbers here. Now, I'm not going to pull up touchdowns, interceptions, just because it's all there. Caleb, outside of the pocket, is unbelievable. I'm going to get to the more concerning stuff. He had 32 fumbles in 36 games at USC. That is fucking horrible. That is god-awful. Now, I get he had a shitty O-line, but averaging a fumble a game is horrible. And it comes from his play style, where he's holding onto the ball for literally 7 seconds sometimes. Sometimes 10. And he can't get out. And there have been multiple times where you just see him go back to throw it and he loses it. I don't think his hand size is small. I've never heard that concern. Maybe it's a little undersized, but I've never heard that concern. It's just not holding on the ball. I get his O-line was shitty. I really do. I watched a lot of USC games. I really did. I watched, probably the most watched team I watched this year was USC. Because the Patriots were ass, and I was like, we could be getting this guy. So I'm going to watch a couple of USC games before I went into my film. 32 fumbles in 36 games. And when I watched him on the TV with people around me, I wasn't really that impressed. I wasn't over the top impressed. Now, when I watched film, okay, break it down a little bit, he was definitely better. But he wasn't generational. 32 fumble in 36 games. Even if you want to cut that, even if you want to blame the O-line, 32, it's not all on the O-line. Come on. Okay. Now, I'll go back to on my film watch. My film watch, I noticed he missed a lot of easy throws. 5-yard slants, ins, out routes. Just kind of like those easy throws that he should be making. Now, there's this great TikToker. I will say his name when I get to the film. Went over some good film. I'm just going to use some of the footage that he got, and I'm going to go over with you. Okay, so let's just break it down here. By the way, Sports Rush Show, this is where I first really found my main issues with Caleb. All right, so you see, he's faking the handoff here, bringing it back, and you see the guy right there. He should be throwing this guy open, coming across the screen, more towards the sideline, and he doesn't. It's incomplete. Maybe you could do a little bit better, but not much. Caleb, dropping back, looking, it's a 3-man rush, by the way. 3-man rush. Coming in, claps in the pocket, should be ducking, just checking it down to this guy right here, should be looking left. Does not. A 3-man rush gets to him. He's able to throw the ball away, actually, which good on him. That just shows the potential right there for me. Able to get it away. Right here, Caleb dropping back to pass, and bang. He has a guy right there. You see him over the middle. Should have him. Doesn't throw to him, and just chucks it away. Chucks it over. He has a guy open here. This is the different angle from that same play. But right here, should be getting rid of it right to that guy. He does not. Throws the check down. It works, but still not what you want to see. Caleb, again, dropping back. Throws it deep. It's a 50-50 ball that gets intercepted. I'm not going to dump on him too much for that. Kind of just go up and get it ball. But it's overthrown. Not the best ball in the world. But I'm not going to shit on him for that. Next play. Fakes it. Throws it. This is where his concerns are for me. Right here in the short game. Right here. Easy throw. It should be a nice, easy throw. And it's not. It's incomplete. He should be able to make that throw. Generational quarterbacks make that throw every time. He should be able to make that throw. And this is a throw he struggles on a lot. Now, Caleb, as you can see, you should be throwing it right here. Guys drawing it out. You should be throwing it right there. You should be. He is open. That receiver is open. Caleb decides, nah, I'm going to do my own thing, Miles Morales looking ass, and starts running outside of the pocket, looking, doing some stupid shit. Great account. I recommend you go follow him, Sports Rush Show. I'll give him his props. Really opened my eyes, Caleb. We're not done yet. We're going to go over another one, but those are the concerns with Caleb right there. We're going to go over another video. Okay, next video. Caleb, once again, looking, should throw the slant. There's a guy, as you can see, right there at the top of the screen. There's a guy coming up. You'll see him. Should throw him open. Doesn't. Just, once again, kind of says, nah, I'm going to do my own thing and rolls out. Caleb again against Oregon. Looking. Just look at the safety right here. You see where the arrow is? Look at the safety. The safety's leverage is all the way back. His leverage is, I'm going deep to cover something else. His receiver's on a post here. He should be able to throw that guy open. Or throw it over this ref's head and make a connection throw right there at the Oregon O. He does not. Instead, he says, nah, I'm going to do my own thing, rolls out, and just kind of chucks it out of bounds. It's concerning. He looks like he's not following the play design. I'd be pissed off if I was an OC. Another one, Caleb, just looking, has a receiver here, should hit that guy, doesn't. You have a receiver over the top, and this is the most egregious one, right? You have some misdirection, but right there at the top of your screen towards the end zone, he should be throwing that ball. That receiver's open. That's a major concern. Not getting that ball there, runs around, does some stupid shit. He gets gains. He gets a lot of yards on those runs, but it's just not going to last in the NFL. It just won't happen. Here's a better angle at it. He just runs around a lot. Like, it's just not going to work in the NFL. I don't know how else to explain it. But once again, look at here. Does this right here look like, oh my God, I'm under so much pressure? No, he's running into pressure of that D lineman. He's running into pressure. Once again, just kind of shows the mental makeup of Caleb Williams. And that's it. Listen, go watch this guy. He does another one that I haven't watched yet, but it's really good content. Shout out to him. Provided me with some good film. So, I laid out my reasoning. I showed you some film. Overall, I just don't think he's generational. Now, there's a potential that he shows out and plays really well. And I will take it on the chin. I'm not saying that he's going to be a surefire bust. I don't think that. I think the potential's super high. I'm just saying he isn't generational. He's not the best quarterback in this class because his mental makeup, we went over his character stuff, is horrible. All on paper. I left out the bullshit ones, and there were still 7 minutes of content in there. So do with that what you will. If you don't want to do that and blindly just say, no, Caleb's the best, okay, I can't help you there. I put it on film. There you go. If you still disagree with me after that, I don't know what to do. I tried to prove everything. I tried to lay my points out. I laid my points out, gave you my reasoning. If you still are just a dumb fan, not going to lie, just saying, nope, he's generational. I'm not taking no shit. All right, fine. Yeah, I guess I'm not going to convince you. But that's why I think he makes dumb mistakes. He runs out of the pocket for no reason, and his mental makeup is horrible. So, yeah, thanks for watching. I'll try to do more of these. See ya.